ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is me, Dukect, here on this March Madness craziness here on the Dukect Lounge live on TalkShoe.com. Thank you so much for joining me. And, well, looks like, Wichita State, if you want to know, is leading 12-8. And, look, yep, and... well, file, but, no one really cares about my commentary, and so on. Anyway, let's talk about some interesting things that are happening in the wrestling world. Lots of things happening in the wrestling world. Well, it's official, ladies and gentlemen, the big news that has been going around that Sting is retired. He is retired, according to TMZ.com. His neck is too messed up. It is an exclusive that's right here. I'll put the link in the description. Sting's career is completely is done. He's done because he messed up his neck in his WWE champ, his first ever WWE World Heavyweight Championship match, which I have no idea how he became the number one contender. I still have no idea how. He just appeared when the statue and such. I don't know how that equals number one contendership. I have no idea about that, but that's besides the point. It looks like it looked like the reason why he was retired because of that neck bump he took when he the neck bump he took with Seth Rollins is like he was formerly diagnosed with several spinal stenosis. Cerebral spinal stenosis. I can't pronounce anything. I apologize. It is the same injury that has took down Edge to had him retire in 2011. So it is official, and it looks like he will be talking about it. Like he will make it official for WWE at his Hall of Fame speech that he will retire from in-ring competition. And let me tell you something: even when the WWE buried the hell out of him, seriously having Triple H in that overbooked monstrosity of a match. Oh man, just so many things wrong about that match. But yeah, I still was entertained for the most part, even though they got the NWO. Why no love for the Wolfpack? Again, he was in the NWO Wolfpack. Why, does anyone hate that theme? I don't understand why they didn't use that theme. And what, they couldn't find any Wolfpack, or they couldn't find it? I looked that up, and you can find the uncensored stuff on YouTube. They have all the stuff from WCW. Was it a licensing thing? They used that just fine when they're going with WCW and old Nitros. They used the Wolfpack theme. I don't know. It makes no sense. It made no sense. But yeah, Triple H hitting with his... it just was frustrating that Sting was first time he was in the WWE and they squandered him. But I don't want to go that negative. I mean, we could go all night how negative that is and probably have, more than enough of, just more than enough to say about how Sting was misused in the WWE. But here's hoping that the Hall of Fame speech, which I believe is probably going to be really good, because honestly, for all his bad stuff in the WWE, all the stuff that happened in WWE, his debut and everything else, it didn't wasn't as perfect as we thought it would. Heck, it wasn't even that good. But at the end of the day, that's not going to destroy his legacy. His legacy is the NWA and WCW. Sting was the ultimate good guy. He was the greatest of. He was this great high flyer, but also good technical wrestler. Probably one of the best people who can actually root for. Even when he went to the dark side, you still root for him because he was still that good. Still at the end of the day, he went to the dark path to get there, but he's still fighting for the Angels, even though he went heel at one time. But we don't want to talk about that. But overall, Sting's career is littered with greatness. It is littered with positive memories littered with positive memories. He's a great role model, and he will still be a great role model after his retirement, because he is still, to me, the pinnacle of what a good guy wrestler should be. When he was the surfer guy, that positive guy, that person who just was so, this guy who was so rah, this guy who was always the last guy to fight, to defeat the evil. He was the guy who fought the darkness that was the NWO. He may have failed, but he continued to fight. Even when it was a fool's errand, he still fought. Heck, he even joined the NWO the Wolfpack just to continue his fight against the NWO Black and White. He did anything and everything to fight to get rid of the purge of WCW. He failed, but at the end of the day, that's to me what a good wrestler, and just to me someone who can just be that guy who is always on the positive side, always on the right side of the Angels and such. That's sort of thing, that type of a wrestler, which sadly is missing today. I mean, when's the truly good wrestler, the good guy wrestler who's just a good person that is not only good in the moral standard, but also loved by the crowd, loved by it, who could be the underdog, but also could be, people will say, yeah, I root, not only can play an underdog, but also can play as a dominant champion, that sort of thing. She will say, what about John Cena? Yeah, but he never got that full love from the crowd. And I think he played the role of ultimate underdog way too much. Sting always had that balance of being the underdog, but also being he's the underdog, but he also can show that he's skilled, he's talented, and can be just as dominant as anyone else can be. That, to me, is something really is missing in the world of wrestling today, is a guy who's not only good and the side of the Angels, the babyface, but also can not only play the underdog role well, but also can play the dominant champion well. That is what is missing in the WWE. Not just WWE, but TNA and all the other places, I miss that. And Sting had that in spades. So he's hoping that he finds something all awesome to do. I'm hoping that he becomes like the general manager or something after Raw, or something when the Authority thing finally ends. He becomes general manager of Raw or something, and he could be the lay down the law, and that would be the end of it. That would be awesome, because I think that would be a great role for him. That or Daniel Bryan, I don't know. But, hey, it's just, it's a shame that his career at WWE was so short. But, hey, for one brief moment 2 years ago, he showed up. I never thought we ever see the day that you have Sting, the man, the myth, the legend, in the WWE ring. I never thought we ever see the day, but we saw it. And while it wasn't up to snuff, it was nice seeing him there. I tip my hat to you, Sting. And if you're listening to this, well, we've got past the mumbling and stumbling, which I will edit out. But if you do listen to this, thank you for the great wrestling and the great being also a great ambassador of the great sport of wrestling. Never heard you do anything negative. Never heard you doing all this type of stuff that most of the wrestlers are now did it nowadays. But yeah, you deserve every bit of accolade, every bit of props to you. You, sir, Sting, are the man. And with that, I will continue on. We're going to talk more about the WWE and maybe a little, talking Roman Reigns, and dude still can't get love. Let's see. What should we play? I'm in a mood for something good. Let's see. How about, this Chase is Haunted, Donkey Kong Country 2, Serious Monkey Business from OC Remix. You can download the album at ocremix.com. This Chase is Haunted by the Prince of Darkness. Hopefully you like it, and you guys will listen to that, and we'll be right back right after this. Here is Dukect Lounge live on TalkShoe.com. And we are back live, ladies and gentlemen, here on TalkShoe.com, here on the Dukect Lounge. Well, here we are again. Here we are again, ladies and gentlemen. Roman Reigns booed. And not only booed, but booed in these supposedly marked towns. Pittsburgh. Now, it's not known for being a smart town. But yet he came out, but not only boos, what I saw on the WWE YouTube channel. He came out not just boos, but just a groan. That they're just sick of him. I have never seen this before. Cena gets a response. That is at least a response. But this is just groans. They are just sick and tired of this person. They're tired of him. They're done with Roman. And then on SmackDown, I actually had to watch SmackDown just for this moment when they had to see what they're going to do, because I saw the video when he came out, and shout out to the Lax Man who put this on his Facebook. I'll put the link in the description. Hopefully the YouTube won't scratch it. Here's hoping that video is still up. But the video is hearing Roman was just eviscerated when he came out on the stage and stuff. Which, by the way, once again, he came out, which is good, but he still came out the Shield music. He still had the Shield stuff on. And can we just stop with the Shield stuff? Stop. Seth Rollins got new stuff, new music, new outfit, new everything. Dean got a new theme, new outfit. Roman still has the same Shield stuff. He needs to move on. The Shield is over. Beyond over. It needs to go. It's just, I've never seen a guy leave. I mean, other than X-Pac, who was still wearing, still doing the DX Croc shops when the DX was gone. I'm like, I've never seen a dude just so gosh darn lost and just like thirsty to get back, so thirsty to for his old gimmick and stuff, for his old homeboys and everything. He couldn't get over. Like, he's just like, I have to continue doing his own little thing, but he'll never ever really by himself get him like over by his own little gimmicks and everything else. No disrespect to X-Pac and everything, but y'all know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. That Roman Reigns is still doing the same get-up, the same things. At least, one thing I will say, at least, Roman is coming out of the entranceway. So at least, hopefully, they'll get a new theme for him in the next, maybe they'll have a new theme for him the next, 2 or 3 years. If this rate keeps going. But hey, WWE I don't know. Is it just being stubborn? Or they are just this ignorant? Or that obtuse? I don't know. They can't be this dim. Please tell me they can't be this dim that they just see this person. Is Vince legitimately looking at this guy and just seeing the crowd? Because supposedly Meltzer said after the show, whatever, he was like, Vince was pissed off at the audience for not liking Roman. He was pissed off. And I'm like, well, this is what you wanted. This is the guy you wanted to push, and you pushed him completely, utterly wrong for the past couple years. In fact, then again, you did the same thing for the past, I don't know how many years Vince has been in charge. The dude does not know what he's doing. Whatever he had or did not have, it's gone. It's been gone. Doesn't know what type of product he wants. Whether he want to be edgy and this, that, and the other, or does he want to be PG? Does he want to please the stockholders, or does he want to please the smarks, or he wants to please this guy, that guy, all the anti-smarks, marks, the PG crowd, the kids, and all this type of stuff? He doesn't know who to please. He doesn't know who to please. He doesn't know who to focus on. He's just, when are you going to? That's the thing about I don't understand about Vincent Kennedy McMahon, is that he doesn't know what to do other than just play up the evil boss stereotype, which is, again, I am tired of the evil authority figure. I am sick to death of it, and I keep saying that, but a lot of people will agree with me. They're sick of death of it. And another thing I'm sick to death of is the stupid production values with the same zoom in, zoom out, shaky cam BS. I'm done with that. That's why I stopped watching Raw. In fact, I might not watch any WWE program until WrestleMania. There's a reason why every other action show, which probably Daredevil is going to be the same thing, which I can't wait for. And by the way, speaking of Daredevil, the Electric review is coming. It will be done next week. School and everything else has been blocking me for a while. So, but, school comes first and everything in life comes first. I will get the Electric review done, and hopefully, in fact, I'm going to get all my MagFest stuff done, hopefully, this weekend. That is the hope and the plan. I'll get that, and hopefully I'm just keep rewriting the script and making sure everything is alright, Just want to make sure about that. But back to my point. You look at shows like Daredevil, or Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Arrow, Flash, Legends of Tomorrow. These shows show their action scenes. They show everything. They show the guys punching, kicking, doing everything like that. They're doing everything. I'm like, wow, this is pretty awesome. I like to see these type of actions. I think because that type of action and enjoyment, seeing how there was little to no this shaky cam, stupid zoom type of stuff, they don't have that. You see the action. You see how They fight. The heroes, villains, or whatever fight. And just like, and you see the act, like I said, I keep seeing the act. Yeah, I keep repeating myself. You see the action. You see all the fighting, the choreography, everything. WWE is straight opposite. You have these zoom in, zoom outs. You have the shaky cam. You have all these cuts. I wish we had. I beg. In fact, even TNA and ROH does a little bit of it, but I would love to have just to look at these companies. We'll look at what they're doing. These mainstream guys are doing with these just straight up, steady cams or stuff like that. That type of stuff. That I want to see the action. I don't want to see this zoom in, shaky cam BS. I'm tired of it. No more of it. I know that's a little bit ranting and not connected to Roman Reigns, but it's just about my frustrations too. I feel a lot better. You just have to let it out. You gotta. It's great to get all these negative feelings out. It's always a good thing. Get rid of the negative feelings. You gotta push the negative out, get the positive in. Well, anyway, we're going to stop here with the Roman debate and such. If you want, continue in the comments below. I know XD69 is going to be all on this. But yes, let's take a small little break here. And when we come back, we'll be talking about the rumors of Red Dead Redemption 2 coming soon. Maybe at E3? Who knows? And also, we'll be talking about a brand new trailer that just dropped, the new X-Men trailer. I will be talking about that as well, here, live on the Dukect Lounge on TalkShoe.com. We'll be right back, right after this. Live, ladies and gentlemen, here on the Dukect Lounge. Thank you so much for joining me. And all the people here on Manic Expression, Zipcast.com, YouTube.com/Dukect, the ShashaCat Studio forums, and everywhere else that I put my little videos on. I thank you, I love ya, and I will continue to do the great things that I can do behind this nice little mobile microphone, brother and sisters. Anyway, let's get into the big media type of stuff other than pro wrestling. And if you want me to continue to sing this voice, I can. I'm sorry, because I'm not that good. But I will continue. But I'm getting better. At least some people say. Not really. But anyway, let's get into Red Dead Redemption 2 coming again 2017. Yes. Supposedly, Take-Two Interactive, this is supposed to be a big thing for E3, is that there are new batch rumors according to Gamerant.com this is right here. I will put the link in the description from Dalton Cooper, He says, website Frag Hero receives anonymous email that cites information from an ex-Rockstar Games employee telling details about the rumored Red Dead Redemption 2. And they are saying that Red Dead Redemption 2 has been in development over 4 years and will release under the title Red Dead Redemption 2 Legends of the West. And Red Dead Redemption 2 Legends of the West will feature more than one playable character like GTA 5 and will boast a far larger open world than one found in the original game. And trust me, Red Dead Redemption world was nothing to sneeze at. Whew. And I'm happy as woo, yeah, because I love Red Dead Redemption. I loved it. I can't wait. I loved it. I loved that game. Loved it. Loved all of it. And supposedly, there's gonna be, believe it or not, by the end of the year, before the end of the year, according to this email, there's going to be a Red Dead Redemption remaster. Yep, they're going to remaster Red Dead Redemption. Will be launching, instead of playing it on the Xbox One or 360, they'll have a remastered edition for the Xbox One. For the Xbox One and probably for the PS4. Which is pretty cool, but, supposedly that this could be it, but then again, this could be wrong. They said this could be there's no way to confirm the rumor, and this could be just another bit of smoke piling up in the rear end. But they said Take-Two has been talking about Red Dead Redemption 2 for a couple years. They have said that Red Dead Redemption 2 is, and according to Link, like a couple years ago, they say, quote, definitely going to get a sequel. They have been talking about it. According to this, they linked to another article, which is in the original article of this there about Red Dead Redemption 2. They've been saying that, quote, they don't want to milk these franchises. So they're going to be like, okay, there's a 7-year gap between games, which is, I like that. I like the fact they're going to take a while to fine-tune everything and not release and rush these things. They realize, hey, we got a good franchise here. We want to continue doing something big and important with them. We're going to make them have more of make people miss them. Instead of just pumping out year after year after year after year, and everything else, like Assassin's Creed, who just finally said, okay, we're not going to release something this year. It should take the Take-Two / Rockstar Games perspective on, heck, even the Nintendo stuff. They're like, let's wait a while before, let our guys rest a bit and build somebody else up. Jeez Louise. You can't just rush people back in games and everything, It's like, don't rush the game of the franchise. They chill out, they let it simmer, and they bring them back. But here's hoping that they'll bring back. But you know what? One other sequel I would love for Rockstar to bring back: L.A. Noire. I know they had some drama working. The people worked there over at Bondi, but dang it, that game was so good. Here's hoping they'll somehow reconnect and have this game made. L.A. Noire 2. Maybe bring it into modern day. Maybe do something different with it. Because, hey, I would love to see something like a modern day version of L.A. Noire or something like that built by Rockstar with some of Rockstar's expertise. I mean, I like playing GTA, but give me some GTA with a cop behind it. Maybe that could be, L.A. Noire 2, something like that. Because, hey, you can only be against the law so many times. You know what I mean, people? You know what I mean? But, hey, anyway, I'm humped. If this is true, Red Dead Redemption coming back, I would welcome it. Shoot, you know what? That might get me. You know what? I will buy that might get me to get an Xbox One. Straight up, a next gen console. That right there. Red Dead Redemption 2. I'm in on that. That's my thing. I will buy. I will buy it. I will buy it. I would buy a huge Xbox One thing or PS4 thing just to play that game because that Rockstar don't mess around. All right, but before we head out, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a big of a podcast. Yeah, a bit of a beefer. Let's talk about one big trailer that came out today: the X-Men Apocalypse trailer. Wow, this looks really good. I like the, it's funny because the X-Men are wearing the generic black suits once again, while the villains are wearing more colorful stuff. Psylocke looks straight out of the comic books. Same as Storm. Magneto and Archangel, all of them look just really straight up for like comic stuff out there. Here's hoping after that, after everything that's going on, I can't wait for the all this other stuff that's going on in the movie, which I think it's leaning towards maybe Mystique dying, which would be an interesting twist. And such, to sacrifice what they would do in the future and everything, since they changed the timeline now, with the apocalypse returning and looking at that slab that looked actually, funny enough, it reminded me, I don't know if it is or not, but it looks like the same slab that they use in Days of Future Past. So thanks to that thing, they use it to have Apocalypse to be reborn. Thanks to some type of time, thanks to some type of wacky time stuff, that Apocalypse is now reborn. And you see more of what's happened to, also, interesting enough, you see a lot of, you see a reversal. You see Professor X being more proactive, and you see Eric just looking despondent and sad, looking like he has lost his way. Same thing what Professor X was going through. And I think that maybe, hopefully he will be revived after his, does he do these two team up again and stop Apocalypse, which, by the way, looks more and more, I'm liking it, and more of the stuff I see, it looks really good. Seeing all these characters fighting and all these type of huge sets and everything. And I wonder how on the heck are they going to defeat him? How are they going to even defeat this guy who can control all mutants, who can control everything and just be so powerful? I gotta read up how did they beat him in the first place, because Apocalypse seems just too powerful. And hopefully maybe they'll find a way to do it, but it just looks like it's just way too strong. But I have no idea, but it is interesting, and I can't wait to see more of it. And I'm really hyped up. It's like in the superhero thing, it's like it always shifts. So who's least up there with, and I was back around Apocalypse, like it was like third. Then Batman, Superman was right there after the second trailer and such. Then that raised up a couple of my lifts, and Civil War went down after a couple. But now it's like, I can't wait to see all of them. Right now, if I had to pick like the one, I would see the one seed has to be Captain America. I mean, I'm a DC guy and still like Marvel, but I think Marvel, the Russos, the right ones anyway, the Russo brothers seem to be doing a lot with the Marvel cinematic universes and such. What else? DC, I think honestly I'll put Batman v Superman second. 1A second. And then Doctor Strange lowest, because I haven't seen anything from Doctor Strange. And I don't know how they can put magic in there, or they're gonna have some BS science in there, which will really piss me off. But Apocalypse looks really good, and I can't wait to see it. It looks like a very fun and exciting film. But that's just my personal opinion. Anyway, but this is not an opinion. This is a FACT, fact. The show is over. It's done. Show is over, ladies and gentlemen. Turn out the lights, the party's over. Yes, all good things must end. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it's over. It's time to move on. So, to the next show, hopefully, next week, Thursday, as always. It will be here live on TalkShoe.com. And hopefully with a lot more positive news in the wrestling world, the wrestling front. Maybe the wrestling world will finally start liking Roman Reigns, and the WWE will stop idiotically booking him. Maybe a new theme. Maybe a new hat. I don't know. But it just seems there's going to be the road to WrestleMania for Roman is going to be a lot more stressful. And Lord knows, you can't really do anything much with that. Too much stress is a bad thing. Anyway, that's it for me, Dukect. Peace, love. I will see y'all when I see y'all later.